Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CitizenAY, the platform where we speak truth to power. This evening, we are going to dissect the contraption called Nigeria one more time. Perhaps a few more times. Always speaking truth to power. That's our main aim, to expose all the lies. In this instance, what we want to do is to make sure that as we go forward towards Oduduwa Nation, we are exposing the lies of the contraption called Nigeria. Now, I want to talk about this man that you see on the screen. We all know him as Garba Shehu, the Fulani cabal, man, the one that always tells us about that audio president, the special advisor, to the audio one. Yeah, that's him, that one. Now, you will see on the title above, it says the good cop, bad cop game. Now, in the UK, they always have this thing they do, the police. I've had quite a few people, talk about this, people who've had run-ins with the police, not myself, others have had, and there's been actually programs about this, whereby the police have one aim, and particularly the dirty cops, and they wanted people to give them the answer they want, whether or not they did it or not. That's the similarity between the Nigerian government and this good cop, bad cop game. So what they do, one of the cops will come and be really nice, really, really nice, and sort of make you feel, oh, I can trust him. Oh, I can trust him. Oh, he really wants to help me. And the other cop, this one, in this case, Garba Shehu, will be the bad cop. Just the look on Garba Shehu's face, the snarling, that look, you just know that this guy doesn't mean you well, particularly if you're a southerner. If you're a southerner, this guy does not mean you well in any way, shape, or form. And he makes it clear, because here is the sign of him being a bad cop. Notice what I did there. I said good cop, bad cop, but I've started with the bad cop first, and I want to show you where I'm going with this. I told you, remember I said that they will play the good cop, bad cop game to get you to do what they want you to do. That's the aim of the good cop, bad cop game. They've already decided what you are going to be convicted of. The plan now is to make you admit to it. Whether you did it or not, they want to make you admit to it. That's what we're about to go into. So let's go in. Now, let's talk about what he spoke about, because that's also relevant. So are you following me? Just do follow me. Now let's carry on. Beg your pardon, I'm just going to try and hold up. It's a bit static on the thing, so just bear with me. Sometimes it can be a bit here we go. So that's the snarling Garba Shehu, the snarling one. He doesn't mean you any well. You just see he's got this arrogance about him, the Fulani, the cattle, the Fulani terrorist kind of, I don't know. I'm not. All I'm saying is that he just does not mean you well, and the way there is a similarity between how he looks and the Seriki that was in Igogon. When they were talking, I was saying, this is place, we're not the only ones who are in this place and all of this stuff. The same snarling look, that self-entitlement look. Look at it. Look at his face. That entitlement look, that, oh, I own the whole place, so what I tell you goes. So with that in mind, now listen to what he says now. He says, the presidency, remember, note, the presidency, because we see so often the audio president that we don't know. Everybody now, we know that the audio president he's never live. He's always on audio. And we don't know which one is going to come up. But hey, that's another story. So the presidency says the appointment of the service chiefs is not by ethnicity, but their ability to secure the lives and property of the people in the country. It's a lie. Remember I was saying before, they made a point of showing us Buratai shaking hands with people and leaving and everything and everybody, and then they showed us the army guys jumping and dancing because it was leaving. All of that is a smoke screen. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Buratai is still in charge. That is very possible in Nigeria. That's another conundrum that we can go into. I've spoken about that. Others can go and watch my previous podcast on that, and we went at length into that one. But let's go back. Let's stick to the story here. Remember, it's about the good cop, bad cop game. Now, so it says here, the senior special assistant to the president. Sorry about this, a bit loud. On media and publicity, Garba Shehu, who stated this on Monday, was reacting to calls by interest groups in the country for an Inspector General of Police of Southeastern Extraction. You notice what he's trying to do there? As a bad cop, he's like, no, this is my stand. I'm staying here. I'm not moving. No, this is how we're going to do it. So that is the snarling. So you can see the snarl in his face. It captures that. This is my stand. This is, I'm giving you. Oh, I can't show you now. We'll come back up. So you all know the snarl I'm talking about. Now, let me see. Yeah, for an Inspector General from the Southeastern Extraction. The calls Hastings as IGP Abubakar Adamu is expected to leave office on Monday, having reached the mandatory retirement age. There were also similar demands last week. When President Major General, the audio one, let's just say the audio one. You all know what I mean by audio one. We're not going to go into that again, but you know what I mean. He is, and I'm saying this, he is an audio president until we see him live on a video, live on TV, in channels, in TVC, walking around, people walking around amongst the people, just like Chief Sunday Boho did, walking among the people. He remains an audio president, and that is that is the issue for me. That is why the presidency are always coming up with statements. If you had the president talking for himself, like Trump was, like Boris is doing, you wouldn't have three. You wouldn't need three special advisors in place for him to speak for him. They have to speak for the audio president. That tells us a lot. So anyway. So there were similar demands last week when new service chief John Leo Irabo, chief of defense Major General Ibrahima Tairu, chief of air staff Kaduna Rear Admiral AZ Gambo, chief of naval staff Kano State IL Amao, and then chief of air staff Oshu State. So you can see even the balance. They say Delta State. You see, it's like bookends. What we have is like they've made the Southerners bookends. So you have Chief of Defense Staff, Delta State. Then you have Chief of Air Staff, Oshu State. And then in the middle, you have Major General Tahiru, Kaduna State, Rear Admiral Gazambo of Kano State, Air Admiral Bashar El Amau. I'm not quite sure which state that one is. Is it? Oh, okay, Amau. Okay, so that means that they've got Amau. Is Marshal Amao, might well be from Oshu State as well. It seems like that's what it is. So we're going to take that. So what they've tried to do, but in any of these cases, like I said, I can guarantee you that Buratai's hand is still probably in the mix somewhere. Can't prove that, but we can't trust anything that's been said. And we know today that there was some explosion again and things as they were going around and everything else. The Boko Haram still killing on, so it's the same script. They might have changed they might have changed the personnel. The result is still the same. People are still being killed under this failed governance and this unworkable contraption. This contraption must be dismantled. And that is what we've begun now, the process of dismantle the contraption called Nigeria. But going back to, not to forget, the issue of the good cop, bad cop game. So now, we can all agree that the fact that Garba Shehu was saying no, we actually follow. There's no issue. Yeah, what did he say again? They say this, the appointment of service chiefs is not by ethnicity but by the ability to secure lives and property in the country. So, but we all know that majority of all the posts in Buhari government from day one has all been Fulani, heavily in favor of the Fulanis all around. And that's the major issue. Anyway, so he's trying to tell us, no, that's not. And he does it in such an aggressive manner. Now, please, now I'm going to expand the discussion a little bit wider, because it's not really about that, because we know that's happening, and under the constitution it shouldn't happen. But the Fulanis do not comply with the constitution, and they want to stay in power come what may. So what do they do? What do they do? Now I'm going to bring you the quote unquote the good cop, a few of them, to make you soften. So there's one bad cop that's really powerful, but you don't realize it. But there are three so-called good cops, or bad cops have gone good. Let's listen to one of them. So you will see what I mean. Hopefully it will come up now. Let's listen to this now. 1 second. Now, a second. Here we go. So, is that correct? Yeah. Now,
related charges.
I'm going to just bear with me.
50% capacity of.
No, not that one. It's just give me a minute. I'll get there. Just give me a minute. It's coming. Sometimes you have to fiddle. You have to fiddle with this thing a little bit. So, Garbashew, every one of us agrees that he's a bad cop. He definitely, his looks, the way he talks to you, the way he, his entire.
As politicians, we should learn.
So, no, not that one.
To solve.
Not that one. So, here we go. Now. Sorry. Okay, come on then. Come on. You'll get there in the end. Just bear with me. If it comes off, we will play it back. I'm going to play you one of the guys talking, one of the long-serving, standing members of this government, this fraudulent governance, who, surprise, is a Fulani man. So let's see if he comes up. If he actually comes up. Oh, come on. When you want something to work, it starts playing games. Hang on. Actually, no, it's not.
There should be a law.
There we go.
That will
now listen.
Control.
Listen. Now here you go. Now this is Ganduje, Abdullahi Ganduje. Sorry, not Ghana. Abdullahi Ganduje. Now we all know about the $5 million that was handed to him in the office, by rights. In a decent, in a functioning democracy, he would not be allowed to run. He would have been impeached immediately. But we know because he's a Fulani man, he will get out of jail. He won't be jailed, and he's the good cop, because now he's talking about something, and I will tell you what I'm really trying to get to, but we will get there in the end. You will see it. 1 second. Okay, now
that will ban. You see.
Okay, now.
Allow you to listen to that portion.
Listen.
Because before I introduce my guest, so that will...
come on. So now here is where they are trying to position Governor Ganduje to make him appealing to Southerners, because he's now talking about, we don't really want cattle in the north and in the south. The cattle should be in the south. Because now they want you to make them believe that you are their friend, that they value you. So, 1 second, please.
The conflict control.
1 second, please.
There should be a law that will ban. You see, otherwise we cannot control the conflict between herdsmen and the farmers, and we cannot control even the cattle rustling, which is affecting us greatly.
Can you hear that? Can you hear?
You heard it.
So can you hear now? Now, there's where the good cop, bad cop comes in. They say, okay, you know what? We don't want to completely make them think that, we are really, we still want them to have that thing. Okay, maybe some of them are actually changing their mind. And they think, okay, Garbashew is the fall guy. Let him be the bad guy in all of this. And then others, you bring them forward. So we bring Garbashew forward. Abdullahi Ganduje forward. And he talks about let them speak about what they hear, but always put a little bit of a hint. You notice he said, the cattle rustling. What rustling? What rustling? We don't go rustling cows. What has been happening is the cows has gone into farms and destroyed farms. That's what's happened. But you can see they're trying to say, look, no, we don't really want you guys to be. We don't have to have cattle going around into farms. No, and if you notice, they don't talk about compensation. So that's what I was trying to get to. And let me see. So that's where the good cop, bad cop is, because what they're trying to make us do is for us to agree to remain one Nigeria. Do you get it? That's their game. Their game plan is anything to make us believe that, that guy, Abdullahi Ganduje, is actually fighting for you in the south, He doesn't want the cattle to be coming to your farm, even though they have issues with cattle rustlers, which is a lie. No, it's a lie. The people, nobody rustles the Fulani cattle. They don't want the cattle on their farm. But when the Fulani man goes into the farmer's land and then destroys their crops, and they don't pay any compensation, and the government does not pay compensation to the farmers. So what I was trying to do there was the good cop, which is in appearance, in reality, is still a bad cop, but they're trying to sell a game to us. So the good cop, Abdullahi Ganduje, compare that to Garba Shehu, with the snarling one, the one that is always telling with the presidency we believe we get appointment by merit, and it is looking at us in the we can all see that it's a barefaced lie, judging by the last 6 years of this governance, judging by the last 6 years of this failed governance. They are incompetent, they are nepotic, they are corrupt, all of that, and they refuse to comply with our constitution. So any attempt now to get people in, and one more thing I will say about that before I move on now. The one more thing I will say is this: what they tend to do, if you go and look at appointments where they put Southerners in the front as a head of anything, go and look at who will be the deputy. 9 times out of 10, they are going to be what? Fulani. Let me give you an example. Do you remember Kachuku, who was Minister for Oil, although he was standing in for Buhari? Do you remember he had a guy called Mike Antebaru? Mike Antebaru could do whatever. So Kachuku is the boss. Mike Antebaru signed a $25 billion contract, and he promptly opened a company, and it was the contract was to his company, and he was still in office. So this idea, incompetence and this government, they work hand in hand. And in fact, the Fulani governance, since the 60s, when they've been holding up to power, that's what they've been doing. So I hope that explains this idea about the good cop, bad cop. But let me try and go a little bit. Let's listen more to what he has to say. Then maybe I was going to play one more person, but I'll leave this actually. Let me see if I can play it. I think I've really given a reasoned explanation of what I was trying to get at. And I hope that makes some sense. Let me see. 1 second, please. Okay, let me play this now. If it works. No. So anyway, it really doesn't matter. What I wanted you to understand in this case was that...
television.
Hang on, it's come back now. Okay.
Harassment from northern part of Nigeria to the middle belt and to the southern part of Nigeria. There should be a law that will ban, otherwise we cannot.
You see, they say ban. What do you say? You see, and they're very good at that. You see, now the person playing the good cop, he will say there should be a law that should ban. But let's look at it. How realistic is that? What are the numbers in the National Assembly? Are the numbers there to change that law? If they wanted to vote tomorrow, will Fulanis vote to keep the cows in the north all of a sudden? Can you not see that it's a game? It's all a game. It's all designed to try and make us think we are going to stay together. We will stay together, come what may. No, we really believe in one Nigeria. Those of us in the South, I'm telling you this, what you are seeing is the perfect example of the good cop, bad cop game. And this government, along with using Takia to make you believe anything they say to you is actually their word. They make you believe their word is a bond, and it's nothing of the sort. Their word means nothing. They will say anything to make you comply with them. And as soon as you agree, they will turn on you and actually do the very opposite of what they promised. So that, in a sense, explains this idea of the good cop, bad cop. I wanted to go in and explain that, and I wanted to contrast Garba Shehu being the fall guy, the bad cop, and then now suddenly this Ganduje, Abdullahi Ganduje, the dollar, Gandola, is now suddenly the good guy. Oh, he wants to talk about, yes, we don't want any cattle grazing in the south. We want it, we keep them in the north. That is all talk until there is a concrete law, emergency law, whereby the people who are going to be passing those laws in the Senate demand, and we hear Fulanis in the south say, look, no, we are keeping it, we are moving it, we want them back, but it will never happen. In essence, what am I saying? This is all ploys. These are all subtle games to make us believe, look, we can work this together. No, we are going for Oduduwa nation. And those who still believe in one Nigeria, these are the kind of games they keep playing with you. They're playing with your mind. If you believe in one Nigeria, the likes of Garba Shehu, Abdullahi Ganduje, they are playing with your mind. And others, many others, they are playing a game all the time. And it is time those so-called southern leaders realize that this is a game. Remember, I said the good cop, bad cop game. Listen, thank you for joining this broadcast. As ever, please do share this broadcast. Let it go viral. We want to reach as many people as possible. We need to open the minds of the people. And it's important to give the contrast like I'm giving you. Remember, the central plan that they have is this. They want to keep one Nigeria at all costs. They don't care how much it hurts us in the south because they want our land. So they will say anything and do anything to make us believe them. So some of them will say, no. Garba Shehu, he's not going to change. Oh, everybody, let them hate him. Suddenly, when you start hearing Abdullahi Ganduje talking about this, you forget about the fact that he stole $5 billion, he collected a bribe of $5 million, and it's on video. And then you now suddenly remember, oh, forget that. He's talking about he doesn't want any cattle to be grazing in the south. It's all a lie. It's all a game. I hope you find this interesting, and if you do, please share this broadcast. One thing is certain, it is time for Yorubas and Igbos to break away from Contraption Nigeria. We must dismantle it. Enough of this injustice. End Nigeria now to save lives. Oduduwa nation now, Biafra nation now, Middle Belt now, Arewa nation now if they want it. Thank you. It's been a pleasure talking to you. If this resonates with you, please share it. I am, of course, CitizenAY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you all, and thanks again. Do call in. One more thing before I go, please. I urge you all, my southern brothers, whatever you can do, mobilize yourselves, prepare, get yourselves organized and defend your land, defend your women, defend your farmers, defend your farm. Kick out the Fulani terrorists. You have to kick them out of our land. Enough is truly enough. Listen, I thank you all very much. Please share this broadcast. And don't forget, please, you can see on the red button there, it says subscribe. Please subscribe to CitizenAY on YouTube. Subscribe to Oduduwa TV Radio also on YouTube. Most of all, subscribe to CitizenAY on YouTube right now. And share. Thank you very much. Please share this. Please donate to Yoruba Rescue Fund. It is time to build a great Yoruba nation.